why is this time different with Richard Hart, with his products, with his founder? Everyone says, oh, everyone says this time is different, but with him in particular and these products that he has, Hex, PulseChain, all this stuff, why is this time different? For to get rich in crypto, for example.
So when it comes to everything that's not Richard Hart, I don't think this time is different. Back in the 2018 bear market, we had all this random news, like Bakkt was making a Bitcoin exchange, and it was like going to be government. It was whatever Bakkt was. Research what Bakkt was. It was some government exchange or something for institutional investors. Fidelity was going to give access to 50 million users for institutional investors to get into Bitcoin. And now we get the BlackRock news today.
BlackRock.
Yeah, they're getting into crypto. They got 11 million people or $11 trillion in assets they can bring into crypto. It's the same news every single cycle, but the cycles have to run their course. And did we bottom at 17,000? We could have, but I think there's going to be a buying opportunity still. I don't think in this environment where humans are all maxed out on credit, people are out of money in real life. We are in a recession. I don't believe we V-bottom. That's one of the biggest things what's keeping me out of the market, because I'm playing this market extremely conservative just because PulseChain's coming out and I don't want to take a chance. I like the number I have right now in my account, and I don't want to take a chance of losing 50% of my stack before PulseChain comes out.
Because dry powder, you want to have something?
Yes, it would make me sick if I lost 50%. So what I would tell somebody right now, flip a coin. You could either have your stack where it's at right now. Let's just use like $1 million for a baseline. You got $1 million of USDC in your account. You could spot buy ETH right now at a top, but it could keep going up. Flip a coin. Would you rather have $2 million or $500,000 at a coin flip? Or would you rather just have $1 million that when you know that PulseChain is going to succeed and you know that Hex is going to do good when PulseChain launches? To me, it's not worth the risk of the markets without more downside. So that's why I'm staying out, but I'm not saying that 17 is not the bottom. But why is this different for Richard Hart products? Because I think the floodgates are going to open. Everything was gate kept at first. And now I actually, like, in today's time, I actually kind of understand why they do list Hex at the back of ranking sites, because who's the arbiter deciding like how much volume you have to have for your market cap? It's kind of bull crap, but at the same time, at least I can understand it. At first, we didn't have that problem. They just sent us to page 3 when we didn't have a big market cap, when we had $5 million of volume. They still sent us to page 3 because they just hate Richard that much. And everybody was convinced it was a scam, everybody on earth. But now with PulseChain, and now, I mean, yeah, you can feel bad for the people that lost all their money in Luna and all the Ponzi's and Celsius, but all the influencers shilled this stuff. 100% of them. Every single influencer shilled actual legitimate Ponzi's, just like BitConnect. Everybody wanted to send Trayvon to prison for shilling BitConnect.
I got Bitcoinect in my head now. You just put it in there.
And these people, they all shilled actual Ponzi's that couldn't pay people out. And it's no big deal, but at least people like BitBoy are seeing the light now, and they're saying, "Oh, okay, I guess we can make we can pay interest from inflation. At least it's getting paid from somewhere, and it's not a Ponzi." And really, the only thing with Hex you have to worry about is the price volatility. Everything else, you have more things to worry about than just price volatility. Contracts not being good. Where is the yield actually coming from? So I think it's going to be different because PulseChain is going to open the floodgates, and I think it's going to be on a lot of exchanges.
Well, so why does we'll get to the exchanges part too, because that's very interesting. I want to dig into. But what are all the criticisms of PulseChain, of everything Richard does, every product that he makes? There's huge criticisms. Why don't they matter? Like, again, like why is it different with its particular projects?
They just hate him. They hate him, the person. So like back early in Hex, he in 1 week, Richard went from basically 0 followers on Twitter to 66,000. And it all came basically from the Roger Ver interview on Bitcoin Cash.
It's a great interview.
But then after that, his following never gained again after he was giving a lot of good alpha, a lot of good understanding in layman's terms on the market, and his follower base wasn't going up, and he would post things bearish about the market with 66,000 followers and get single digit likes on it. And now I think people are seeing that his honesty is the only thing that's lasted. I mean, you look at all these people that actually make jokes about, like Eric Wall makes a joke about it where, what do you say? Like everything's falling apart in crypto. Everybody's going to prison. All these hedge funds are going to prison. Everything that people thought were legitimate in life and on the news were actually Ponzi's. How am I supposed to get to these hex people that they think they're the smart ones now? Because we are, we stayed away from stupid, bad contract, actual legitimate Ponzi's. Now, could hex be a bad project? Sure. People could lose faith in it and it could fizzle out. I don't think that's going to happen, but it could. But it's never going to be a Ponzi. It could just be a bad project, It's
a great point.
But so I think it's just going to be different for a lot of those reasons.
It's it just seems like they keep building up steam. At the first hex is a joke, Ponzi scam, all this stuff. Now PulseChain, this is Richard's play to get even more money out of people. It's like he's already rich. That's the founder you want. You want the rich founder who has zero incentive to rug pull you because he has all the money already. Doesn't need it.
The most obvious reason why Richard would never rug us is because we already gave him $2 billion. Why? He could walk away right now legally because it was a sacrifice for freedom of speech and not do anything. It's pointless. So
but instead, he's working real hard in those castles. I saw the video today.
So I mean, if the people that say he's gonna rug hex for the whopping $4 million of USDC and pools, whatever it is right now, it's just a joke. These are like the stupidest of stupid people that make comments without doing zero research. And I make comments without doing research, but a lot of times, 95% of times, I am right about things when I make comments about that I don't do research on.
I've seen some bad crypto influencer videos about hex recently. I'm just every time I see one, I'm just like, did you all do any research? You literally come into it with a subjective narrative of this thing must be bad, and then you just justify why it must be bad. That's not research. That's just you. It's not scientific at all. It's nothing.